Yes, I have with me this afternoon Councillor Damara Lawson. She represents the Southboro division. Councillor Lawson, how are you this afternoon?
Hi, Mr. Darby. Nice to have. Thanks for having me. I am happy to be on this platform this afternoon to speak a little bit about my division. So I am representing the Southboro division. I'm the elected representative at the local authority.
And that's for which? St. Catherine or it's Portmore?
Right here in the Sunshine City of Portmore.
You see, you show off most about your Sunshine City. I hope you all clarify that thing because you have to attend 2 meetings, I believe. You have to attend the Portmore and also the St. Catherine municipality meetings.
Yes, we do. We have to attend both the general council meetings and the regular committee meetings at both locations.
But that don't make sense. That don't make sense at all.
That's what we're saying. It takes away from the time that I would spend with my division having to go to 2 sets of meetings. Between both Portmore and St. Catherine, you spend 3 weeks in meetings, committee meetings, and the general council meeting.
Really? But hold on, listen. So I didn't even plan to talk about this, but it just crossed my mind. So hold on. So you're wasting time then. So this whole parish thing, I see a big excitement, and many of us don't understand.
It's not wasting time, but I could have capitalized on my time.
Exactly.
In Portmore.
Listen, funny enough, let me tell you, that is not coming out at all, Good thing I just step on it this morning. So that is why we need, and by the way, let me tell you something. The gentleman you're speaking with, you see, I was part of the whole movement to get Portmore to become a parish. Long time for Mr. Lee was there. You probably hear my name mentioned, or they probably have forgotten it by this.
I certainly did.
And I can't understand how people talk about who pushing this thing. It's the people who from my Portmore who was pushing for it to have their own council and parish.
Residents of Portmore wants that national identity. And so we are for the move to make Portmore Jamaica's 15th parish.
It's just amazing. But then again, those of us in the media, we will have to educate ourselves. So when the misinformation starts to go out, we can correct that.
Right, and we can dispel the rumors as well.
Lord, we know that the rumor never is a boy, so much rumors going around. Now tell me now, as a councillor, about your role. You're expected to go to funerals, everything. Tell me how you manage, by the way. You expect to be everywhere. You expect to be the father for the children, the mother for the children, everything. I just think it's sometimes too much for political representatives.
I commend all councillors because we extend ourselves way above what is recommended of us. And if you read through the Local Government Act, the responsibilities of a councillor, we outweigh those. But Mr. Darby, to be honest with you, there are persons in my division, they have real needs. So us extending ourselves to go to funerals, etc., it's the least we can do as representatives for these people.
But your pocket long, because they say you're getting big money, but all these things cost money. So you have money. If you send September, it's just around the corner, So when Vernon and his brothers and his sisters and everybody say, hey, Council, I want money if you buy 2 books and shoes. I wonder how you deal with that.
The request comes, and I want to make mention of my Member of Parliament, MP Orlando Terrell. It is very important that
Mr. Terrell.
Yes. It is important that we work closely with our members of parliament. So in addition to whatever resources you get at the municipal council, your member of parliament also steps up to assist. I am going to just share with you a little bit about the dynamics of my division. So I have upper class, middle class, and low income families. And the need is great, especially in some areas.
Yes.
And so whatever I get from my member of parliament and the council, the municipal council paired together, we can stretch the persons. There's always a need for more resources. And so sometimes it's not enough, everybody won't get, but it's just up to us as representatives to educate our constituents to say, this is what we have and this is how we're going to share it. So there's always a phrase that says, it's not for the greedy, but for the needy.
But I
And so
tell you something, Councillor Lawson. Vernon Darby, very beggy, and licky, And you have to sometimes tell him, say, Vernon, you're a big man. You've got to school. You shall learn your lesson. You shall get a little skill. You need to help yourself. We can't say, me a man, I go to council. Council, beg you, Mark, some of us do need help, but we have to start looking at ourselves. And let me ask you, how many of those persons who come to you and say, and I'm telling you from experience, because many persons come to me and ask for help too. How many of those persons will come to you and say, Councillor, I'm willing to go and paint up the school. I'm willing to weed the schoolyard or to look after the churchyard. How many persons are willing? Are we just coming with outstretched hands, or we're coming with hands with tools ready to work?
Listen,
I know this is stuttering.
There are persons, no, because that is what we often think. But
Yes.
there are persons in my division, there are youth groups, there are citizens association, and they do come with their ideas and their willingness to support these functions or whatever it may be.
Good
so
to
we
hear
have
that.
persons here. They are not just all handout.
Yes.
They do come with their ideas and say, okay, this is what we plan to do. We have this portion of it, or we will execute the labor, and they're asking for assistance with the funding. So we do have persons, and we do have little shopkeepers that will still contribute to our various efforts.
So we're not just looking for a politician with long pockets. No. Tell me a bit of what you've been able to do so far for that division. I know resources are limited and so, but tell me some of the things that you've been able to do.
So I've gone 1 year and 2 months into my position, and I have cleaned several drains throughout the division.
Oh, that's a challenge.
Right. We have done medicals. So we do annual medicals. Even before my election, I would organize medical during back to school. We help with distribution, assistance to school fee. Even tertiary grants are distributed through the Office of the Member of Parliament. And so there are several activities. One of such that is very special to me, I took on the task of working with a lady in the Daniel Circle Division, that's Portmore Lane.
Yes.
Indigent housing. I see a need for it in my division. I did one last December, and that lady is so grateful. She had more than 20 bath pans catching water, and her house just needed a little TLC. And so myself and the Member of Parliament, we stepped in and we gave her a wonderful Christmas gift. There are more houses to be done, more persons who would love this kind of assistance. And so it is at the top of my list for us to look at the indigent housing program.
By the way, Councillor, encourage the young people to come and help too. Because let me tell you something, boy, we are the good fellow, And I tell you from experience, if your money, alone, if you help me dead long time. So if you can get
when I don't cut you, Vernon, but when I came to the division,
yes, you did
I
cut
realized
me. I want troublemaker.
There was a need for educating our youth. So most of the younger persons, not only the younger persons, but they are facing unemployment. And so what we do, we motivate them, we encourage them. And of course, some of them just need that push to get themselves into skills training, and also to, go back to the work world, or to start that work world. And so we invited the Heart NSTA to come into the communities to sort of expose these youths and even other persons to the opportunities that are there in Heart, and to get themselves employed. And so last year we saw over 80 plus persons who signed up for jobs and skills training in the Newland division, and we went into Southboro and we had over 50 persons who signed up as well. So that is showing you that they are eager for this opportunity and they are willing to get engaged in the work world.
So hold up. So you have already written your job description, because I hear you guys need job description because you don't know what you're supposed to do. I tell you something. That's why, when I get you politicians on board, it's a different, I don't get to hear if you just get news, but I want to know what's happening. And if you're telling me lies, I hope that your constituents will also send a message to me and let me know and tell me if you're telling lies or telling the truth.
So, Mr. Darby, the thing
Yes.
is, when you become a politician, you have to be equipped with those core values that will help you with this mission that we are on. Because dealing with persons of different personalities, different socio-economic backgrounds, etc., it
Yeah.
can be a challenge. But if you are coming in it to just say I'm in it for the clout, it's
Yes.
not going to work. It's
Not
not
good.
going to work.
You're
This is the
disappointed.
most, yes, it's a very humbling position. It's a very humbling position. And when you see the needs of the people and persons that have great challenges, to just sit back for clout, it's not going to work. You have to be in it to help people. You have to be in it. You have to have that part of caring and love and empathy, or
Yes.
else you're not going to go anywhere in your division.
For those who are just joining me, I'm talking with Councillor Damara Lawson, the representative for the Southboro division. Now, tell me now, so basically what you're telling me, you have your work cut out already?
Yes, we do.
So hold on now. So why you don't write your own job description? I tell you, sometimes the nation get involved in some discussions. I laugh my head off, because you see, the word politician has developed such a bad name, because but I think because they cuss off one another so much that persons think someone is a wicked, thieving, worthless set. I'm telling you, because we don't curse one another. Now I do know, because I do get involved. I do know that you do work. Of course, you have the worthless one them too, and if people keep on electing the worthless one, then you are
Listen,
worthless.
Vernon, I'm gonna just tell you that
Yes.
the Andrew Holness-led administration, we are changing the face of politics. We are changing the face of politics.
So,
So
not charge for campaigning of a program, Mr. Holness, you hear this council come big in your part of the program, and you will continue.
we are changing the face of that. So that will
Yes.
no longer be the talk of what persons say when they speak of their elected representatives.
Yes.
Because
Now,
we are doing the work.
let me ask you, what you used to do before you got involved in politics?
Before politics, well, I am a trained teacher. So before politics, I was principal at several schools. And of course, I taught at the Gregory Park Primary School right here in Portmore. I taught at TAT Early Child Care Center. I taught at Ascot Primary here in Portmore. So I've been around in the teaching world for a while. And based on my interactions with my students at Gregory Park and the students that I had to deal with, I wanted to extend my reach to other persons.
I'm going to go for a break. You didn't have to tell me, I figure as much. I keep complaining why more teachers don't get into politics, because the political movement started out with a lot of teachers and also trade union
Yes, and
people.
that
So
care inside of you will
I have to
definitely
run
help
right now.
you.
We're going to take a quick little break and we'll come back to you. I figure as much teacher, so it's only an extension of your teaching work. Amazing. Of course, we're speaking with Councillor Damara Lawson, the representative for the Southboro division. So come back. Councillor Damara Lawson, the representative for the Southboro division. And, that is a woman love to serve. And I could tell her the way she sounded, just going up and say, hey, this is a woman a teacher, she has been around. Now, central government. Sometimes I feel that central government tends to overshadow local government. And you are leaders in your own right. Tell me to what extent you think central government is assisting you, and to what extent can you speak up, because you have your own voice. You should have to wait until the MP speak for you. I know the politics very well, so you can't say everything here, but me say anything, nobody can fire me. I'm terrible.
Okay. Central government has been supporting the local representatives of the Jamaica Labour Party and others. Yes, they do. And as I said before, I have to big up my member of parliament. The collaboration between him and myself is unstoppable. And so I at no given point I feel neglected because there is a chain of command. And once I speak with my member of parliament, he gets in touch with the other agencies and other member of parliaments who are in charge of particular programs. So I never feel overshadowed at any time. I bloom where I'm planted.
But no, looking at you, the others talk with you, seem like anybody can stop you from blooming, if you ask me. But what I would love to say to other councillors, I do know sometimes you have an MP and you have a councillor who sits on the other side. What I suggest to you, Master, you represent a division, you want to go back. No matter who is the MP, you work with them. No matter who, you make sure you have a working relationship with them, not because they have another part, talk to them and you don't like them. No thanking a sing so because you'll be sinking your own self.
Yes, and our responsibility lies with the people. We are there to serve the people.
Yes.
So regardless of you having another member of parliament, it would be nicer if both councillor and MP are from the same political party, because that unison, you will have a better outcome. And so it's always better to have them on both parties. But in East Central, we try to establish that relationship where we can coexist and serve the people at the same time, because that is our main priority.
Yeah, because if you have the MP for one party and he ignores the councillor from another party, then he's going to alienate that division, and bit by bit, he's going to lose votes. So, very important to work together. But generally now, up to you now, to tell me some changes you'd like to see. Like, I must tell you, I love the Portmore model. I love the idea of a person being able to vote for their mayor directly. I love it. But tell me, any other changes that you'd love to see in the municipalities right across the country? By the way, I don't think it is fair for Portmore to have its own system. You're sitting on two municipalities, which I think is wrong. People get to vote for their own mayor. That is not fair. Somebody take it to court and say it's a breach of the people's constitutional rights.
Portmore is such an exceptional place.
Yes, yes.
The population of Portmore is growing, and so when the need arises, then there has to be changes. But what I would see, I would want to see across all the municipalities is for them to own their own space. Portmore is fastly developing, and we appreciate that. We only want to take the development further.
Yeah.
So we want to extend the things where Portmore can become that hub that for all the other municipals to pattern what we are doing here in Portmore.
Here she show off. Yes, I hear you. Yes, you're absolutely correct. And it's a large I hear it's over 200,000. It's a very large area. And that is why, frankly speaking, I hear people put other criteria as to why you should become a parish or not. But when I look at it, for a large area like that, geographically, and you just need to have your own management team to manage that area. Simple. That's why I look at it. I hear people say you need to have your own hospital, to have a hospital first. No, you need the management first to manage your own area, and then you can know.
It is not a prerequisite, but we do see the need for it. And of course, the Prime Minister promised that would be a part of the plan.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, when you run your own affairs, so then you can make your own decisions and push for your own hospital.
And the resources can be allocated even better.
Yes, I've got point me as communications. Because I hear some things going in the media, and that's why I don't have no friends, because I don't business. I tell people I vote for a party, but if I hear PNP talk rubbish, I will tell them. And if JLP talk rubbish, I will tell them, because I am not an exponent of rubbish and garbage. If I was, I'd probably be working with NSWB. I'm sure Mr. God is that. Will not be impressed.
Before I go though, Mr. Darby, I want to extend a big shout out to my division, Newland, Southboro, Portmore. Of course, my member of parliament, the government of Jamaica, and always to encourage our residents to choose Jamaica always.
It sounds like we'll be hearing about you for a very long time.
Definitely.
Quite interesting. Good. That's what I tell the listeners. It's good to have teachers. I have a thing. We probably have too many lawyers in politics. I'm sure Mr. Taylor is not be amused by that statement. Anyway, I want to thank you very much, Councillor Damara Lawson, the councillor for the Southboro division. You have a wonderful day, ma'am. All the best. And it was great talking with you.
Same here, Mr. Darby. One love as always, and choose Jamaica.
So sure.